This book is I Am Perfectly Designed by Karamo Brown. Karamo is on a TV show. This is him. He's on a TV show with his friends. There's Anthony and Jonathan and Tan and Bobby. And here is Karamo and his son. So this book is an ode to loving who you are, exactly how you are. I am perfectly designed. You are perfectly designed. First, there was you, Dad. Then there was me. And now there is us. That's right. Now there is us. When you first saw me, you said, "He is perfectly designed from his head to his toes." And I meant every word. Still do. When I was a baby, I looked just like you. Only I had no hair and you had lots. You see that? When he was a baby, he had no hair and his dad had a lot of hair. Now, now it's the opposite. So true. Y'all see they switched. The first thing I remember is being carried on your shoulders while you walked me all over the city. Remember that? I had such a big baby head. Indeed, but your big baby head was perfectly designed for you. When I was real little, I thought you could touch the moon. Remember that? We'd sit on the roof and reach for it. One day, you'll be big enough to reach it yourself. But until then, it's perfectly fine to ask for help. Remember when we went as syrup and waffles for Halloween, Dad? Haha, I do. I do. Ooh. He remembers. That was awesome. I wonder what will be this year. There they are, syrup and waffles. When I run in the park, jump in the park, climb trees in the park, and I pretend I am a statue in the park, you remind me that I am perfectly designed to explore the world. You are, and you always will be. Here they are having a picnic in the shade. They have their picnic blanket and their picnic basket, some snacks. Sometimes, Dad, when I get mad or sad or confused, you wrap me in your arms. I like that. Me too. And I remind you that you are perfectly designed and wonderful, no matter what you're feeling. So even if he's mad or sad or confused, he's still perfectly designed. And his feelings matter no matter what. Dad, when I grow up and leave home, will you miss me? Will you go into my room and play with my race cars and stuffed animals? You know I will. Will you sit on the fire escape and feed the pigeons like we do in the summer? The pigeons and the sparrows. Will you remember our favorite movies? I will, and I'll invent some new ones too. Oh, I'm sorry, that says moves. Will you remember our favorite moves? I will, and I will invent some new ones too. There they are down at the bottom. Dad, will you always think of me? Always. You know what, Dad? What? I will always remember walking through the city and sitting on your shoulders. And maybe when you're older and I'm taller, I can carry you on mine because we are perfectly designed for each other. That's right. So here's Karamo and his son, and we're going to read the letter. It says, Dear reader, it's always been a dream of mine to write a story inspired by the many lessons my father has taught me. When I was growing up, anytime I felt fear or uncertainty, my father would remind me that I was perfectly designed. Knowing that at an early age really instilled self-love and confidence in me, which had been hard to find on my own. Now that I am older, it's easier to walk with my head held up proudly. My father and I felt it was only right to give this message to you. He wants readers to never forget that just being your natural self is perfect. It's beautiful in every sense. We know how hard it is to think otherwise, but you can't stop telling yourself this until you feel it. Like everything in life, it takes some time, but with repetition, you will learn to walk with your head held higher than the Eiffel Tower. That's exactly right. The end. I hope you guys enjoyed this book. I want you to remember that you are perfectly designed the way that God made you. He loves you very, very much, and you have to love yourself the way that God loves you. I hope you guys enjoy.